Hello composers, Mike here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do sidechain compression in Logic Pro X. Let's dive in right now. Alright, so Logic has actually made it super simple for you to use sidechain compression on any track in your composition. So first I want to explain what sidechain compression is, and I'm going to use the example, the most classic example, which is a kick and some kind of bass or synth that's playing sustained notes, meaning they both talk at the same time. Well, every time the kick hits, if you use a sidechain compressor on the bass, it's basically like the kick is saying, "Shut up while I talk" to the bass, because the bass sidechain compressor will activate automatically every time the kick hits. That's how it works. So basically, by using sidechain compression, you will give more room and space for, in this case, the kick to talk by silencing the bass a bit. And the more sidechain compression you apply, the more it will be suppressed. So let's check out the end result first. I have a kick. Simple 4/4 kick. This is just a demonstration. And you can hear already the pumping effect in the bass because I have activated sidechain compression. Otherwise, it is just a sustained note like this. Like so. So how do you apply this? Well, basically, the easiest way is to use one of Logic's stock compressors, which are actually really good. So I have added the compressor plugin here. You just go into Dynamics Compressor, and then you add it, and then you go into the interface on the track that you want to silence while another track is talking. Then you can check your settings here, but first, the most important thing is up here, SideChain. It's super easy. You simply click here, and then you decide which track is going to do the talking, which is the focus, in this case the kick. So go into this and choose kick. Now it is set up as sidechain compression on the bass while the kick is talking. So again, the bass will pump by, if you watch the meters here, every time the kick hits, it will pump by compressing, reducing the level of the bass. If I have this set on nothing, it will do nothing. So even though it's set up as sidechain compression, it's now a straight line. Which means that you have to adjust the settings here to really decide how much do you want the bass to dive down in volume every time the kick hits. So you can, for example, if we solo this and then listen back, how much threshold and ratio. You have to check, do some experimentation. You can see the level reduction here. You can also try different versions of compressors here. Also do presets. In, for example, electronic music styles, you can do heavy sidechain compression because the pumping is really just part of the sound. Whereas you can actually, and I recommend you to try this, use sidechain compression on any style of music, but do it more subtle. So instead of pushing down the bass completely in this case, you could do just some gentle, like a couple of dB only. Let's see if I can find something out here. Let's see. Oops, starting to click. So it just reduces a couple of dB to give a bit more room to your kick or whatever. In this way, which will be more subtle, you can use sidechain compression in rock, pop, and even soundtrack and cinematic orchestral music. You have to be really careful there, of course, but this technique has become a fundamental music production technique in any style of music, really. So this is the stock compressor. You only need to activate it by choosing what track you want to this compressor to listen to. What if you want to use a third-party compressor like this one here, Solid Dynamics from Native Instruments? Well, as you can see, there's the sidechain here, kick, and it does nothing. Because on some compressors you need to also activate sidechain compression, not only here in Logic, but on the actual plugin. And you find it down here, sidechain, it stands for SC here. If I click that now, well, obviously I need to do, let's do crank, just so you can hear. Why isn't it working? Listen to the kick. Oh, it's not activated, like so. And as you heard, it actually distorted, and you can also get those clicks. And if you get those clicks, as you heard there, and like distorting almost, you can adjust the attack and release settings. So if you dial this up a bit and also the release up a bit, you might get less of a click. So you have to experiment somewhat, because basically if you do super heavy reduction and it is super fast, you will always get some kind of artifact like a click in the sound, and obviously most often you don't want that. So adjust the attack and release, and sometimes the gain will help. Now I also want to give you a bonus tip, because most people are used to the kick drum or bass drum being the instrument talking, and bass, pad or whatever being suppressed with sidechain compression. But I actually use this to a very subtle degree on, for example, the main melody will be the one talking, and then have a sidechain compressor on, for example, the backing tracks like rhythms, driving guitars, ostinatos or whatever, so that they are slightly reduced every note of the leading instrument, because that is what you want to be in focus. So basically that's all what sidechain compression is about. Choosing one instrument or sound that should be always in focus, so you always want it to be heard in the mix, and then use sidechain compression on any other instrument. You can use it on several, in fact, that stand in the way a bit and clouds the focus instrument. Subscribe now and watch a lot more videos on composing music, producing music, sound design, Logic Pro X and much more. I'll see you in the next video, my friends.